Welcome to the interview show. This is Scott Wood, your host. I am in an alley somewhere in downtown Vancouver with a band called BadBadNotGood. I'm going to go around in a circle because I have the entire band here.
Hey, I'm Matt. I play keys.
Hey, I'm Leland. I play the sax.
I'm Chester. I play bass. And this is Alex, and I'm on the drums.
Great to meet you. We were talking as we were walking out into the alley and successfully dodging the people that live here. And you were telling me that you guys drank some moonshine on your day off while you were here in Vancouver.
Yeah, we actually went to my aunt and uncle's house near UBC with like a garden of vegetables, and we had a great meal and some great moonshine. It was a good time.
So for people who have never tried moonshine, what's it like when you get tipsy?
It doesn't really have a tannic flavor. When it hits your tongue, it just goes down. It kind of has a burning sensation. It's very nice. It's 99% alcohol, so if you don't do it properly, you can get methanol, which kills you. But if you do it properly, you live. So that's part of the fun of drinking it.
I'm so glad that you guys lived to do this interview. All right. Bad, Bad, Not Good. I was reading today about you guys on the internet, and some people were telling me that you guys are the band that the internet demanded. Why are they saying that about you?
I am not really sure. Maybe that because we put stuff on the internet, and that's how we've kind of like spread our connections and our waves through the World Wide Web 2.0. But yeah, I don't really know. I mean, it's really cool, and we're flattered, but thank you, the internet.
That's a good deduction, but be more specific. See, I'm trying to get you to tell the more interesting part of your origin story in one or two sentences.
Well, I guess we put up a couple videos of us performing some Gucci Mane and Odd Future a couple years ago, and that kind of led to some view counts and just kind of started this whole band, this whole process. So, yeah, that's probably what it was.
I think you're probably right. So guys, you've recently put out your third record. It's called 3, and I'm going to play a track off it. I'm going to play my favorite Bad, Bad, Not Good track, Can't Leave the Night. How would one of you like to tease that track a little bit?
Hey guys, next track coming up, Can't Leave the Night's going. Sorry, I just like being goofy.
Sorry, what was that?
I just like being goofy sometimes. So.
It's all good. I'm goofy all the time.
Hey guys, so on this next track, it's got a combination of trap influence as well as jazz. Hope you like it.
interview show. This is Scott Wood, your host. You just heard Can't Leave the Night by a band called Bad Bad Not Good off their third record, 3. I've got the whole band here with me in an alley. I would love it if one of you guys could tell me a bit about my favorite Bad Bad Not Good track.
Yeah, Leland, can you please tell us what your thoughts on this track were?
Sure, this is one of the real bangers on the track. Yeah, hits all the emotions, cuts all the licks. It's got everything. It's a solid track.
Nice. Leland, pass to someone else. Go.
Yeah, it's just a banger. I don't know what else to say. It's a good track.
I'm going to leave it there. All right, Bad Bad Not Good. You guys came out of nowhere when you covered a bunch of hip-hop tracks. Your first 2 records were nearly entirely covers. So, could you pick your favorite cover and discuss transforming it into a Bad Bad Not Good track? And I'm going to play it in the background so people can understand what we're talking about. Who wants that tough question? Oh, this guy was nominated.
That's a tough question, actually. We've covered quite a few songs.
How about you talk about the one that you're most excited to play tonight?
We've been covering this Flying Lotus song recently called Putty Boy Strut.
Is that song in a form that I can play it? No, you have to pick one that I can play on the radio.
Well, I guess there's only one.
You have 2 records? You have 2 records full of covers.
But tonight, I don't know if we're actually playing a song from any of the...
We're playing Lemonade.
Yeah, okay, we're playing Bastard Lemonade by Tyler, the Creator. And should I describe it?
Well, I would love you to describe taking a hip-hop track and turning it into a Bad Bad Not Good track.
It's weird because we listen to so much hip-hop and, we're on the road a lot where we're not near our instruments. So sometimes we're like, oh, we should cover this. It's going to be so sick. And we bring it to the studio and it's like the worst sounding thing ever because it sounds like smooth jazz when you break it down to piano, bass, drums. And then you're like, oh, what if we make it cool? And then you just can't because it just sounds awesome as a rap song. But then every so often, there's just a song that works. And that was definitely one. I mean, it was the first one we tried basically. 3 years ago, we were just jamming and goofing around. We just became friends at school. And we were like, oh, let's just try playing Lemonade. And it's in the same key as Bastard by Tyler, the Creator. So what if we just made it a little mashup?
So then why don't we talk about a track that you wanted to do a cover of, but it didn't work, and why it didn't work?
Do you want to take the stretch? I feel like I've been speaking a lot more out.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, we, for a show a couple of years ago, we actually tried to play a song called Swangin' and Bangin' by ESG. Yeah, it just sounded really cheesy because, the original beat is very, of that era, early 2000s, late 90s, I guess. 808s, MIDI instruments, and it just didn't come across well. There's a flute line that Leland was killing it. Yeah, it just didn't work out, unfortunately.
So there are tracks that exist that Bad Bad Not Good can't turn into gold.
It's true.
Most tracks.
Aw, I'd love to play another track. I'm going to play 6 Degrees. That's your collaboration you did with Ghostface Killah and Danny Brown as a feature performer. I would love it if somebody could tease that track for me.
So up next we got 6 Degrees. It's a song we did with one of the legendary rappers of Wu-Tang, Ghostface. Very fortunate to have done so. He's an incredible rapper, featuring also an amazing rapper, Danny Brown. Here it is. Enjoy.
Yeah, yo, dangerous thoughts, mind of a militia. Bottles of the 150 poured over twisters. Broken bones, the pillars, Staten Island's the illest. The biggest landfillers, we creep like caterpillars. Love razors, dirty guns with a few bodies. Teach niggas how to walk again from the fucking shoddy. 6 cents, 6 pack, 6 degrees of separation. My evil third eye blinks with no hesitation. Dust bags, spoonfuls of sugar help the medi. Go down smooth and steady, blowing the green deadly. Hemp weed pops, isolated of hash bricks. Needle left stuck in his arm, died of a bad fix. We still rock, still dry drawers on the stove. Got bread from back in the days that's growing some mold. Tupac's back, my Glock's fat after the gun smoke. You screaming, where my block at?
Both hands crusty, need a little lotion. That shit don't matter when the mink's the color ocean. Smoking on potent, goons bagging up in the living room, blocking the flat screen while I'm watching Juice. Move your big ass head. My favorite part on Q in the DJ battle. Move her eyes, scratch you. 95 to 95 on the coffee table. Got them selling dimes, still shiny as a nickel. Pistol and designer boxes, shoe boxes, and bedrooms. Some got stacks, but most discontinued. What's on the menu? Eat a rapper like like butternut squash. Bark on a nigga with the blade out. Run up in your safe house. Ironic, like a rain got a nigga like somebody hit Sonic. Smoking on chronic, but I like Nostradamus. See, dying ain't your future, nigga, I promise. Bombing color 7 series, T-Vote, the World Series, Boston missed the game. Hitting sevens on the slot machine. Dice game, face starter, drunk driving and a charger. With a big titty, bigs looking like Takara. I don't know what you know, but if you know what I know, you better get ghost for I get ghost. I don't know what you know, but if you know how I know, you better get ghost for I get.
Hey yo, what up, son? They chalking that money on the ground shit. UPS, FedEx, I deliver the pound shit. Raw dog, my hood's like crazy 80 stamp bags. Stapleton niggas stash they guns in shit bags. Do rags and blue and red flags. We keep new tags. Skinny or big jeans, niggas they still sag. Brag about 2 chains, 4 chains, 6 chains. Spread eagle bitches in the crib, giving brains still. Keep them clocks crispier than printed money. In the champion gear that I rock will hide my face for me, man. Down 357 in the box of shells. Sceneville, dead arm the kid in the stairwell. Stem cell, my niggas is scientific. We make crumbs and wax, the THC is prolific. Fruitful, my clan bundle cash like Pablo. Banked in the Cayman, Stairs house is out in Cabo.
Welcome back to the interview show. This is Scott Wood, your host. You just heard 6 Degrees. That's by Ghostface Killah and BadBadNotGood featuring Danny Brown. I've got the band here in an alley with me. I would love it if somebody could tell me how this track came about.
It was quite a long process, you could say. We have a close friend, Frank Dukes, that we share a studio with in Toronto. Originally, when we met him about 2 years ago, we recorded some tracks with him, and those eventually found their way to Ghostface. And one of those songs found its way to Danny Brown as well, and that's how it came together.
When you heard you would be collaborating with Ghostface, how did you geek out?
Extremely.
Yeah, extremely geeked out, but it was also like a very passive geeking out because it was like, it's not like, oh, you're going to go to the same studio with Ghostface and like hang out for like 2 weeks straight and make this track. It's like, hey, this music that's already been recorded is being sent via email to Ghostface and he is now going to rap on it, which is cool. But you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's like, oh, like we're going to LA, you know what I mean? Like,
when you get drunk, do you email Ghostface?
No, definitely not. It's not the kind of thing you do, you know? It's like, yeah, he's amazing. And I guess one thing we also learned about, you know, doing the email thing is like sometimes that's the right way to do it and allows the rapper to have their own setting environment at home where they record all the time to deliver something great to the track. So, yeah, we're stoked on it. 6 Degrees is a good one. We enjoy it.
So on your latest record, 3, you guys go from... What's happening?
sorry. No, we were just joking. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. That's okay. On your latest record, 3... you guys go from beloved cover band to creating your own tracks. So I'd love you guys to talk about the hardest part of making that change.
Basically, it was just kind of like growing as friends and as musicians and interests of hearing so many different artists and stuff from all the world and like different eras. So we just took a stab at songwriting and just tried to like, you know, craft some ideas that we had and yeah, just jammed a bunch till we made some tunes and then we went in the studio and cracked them out.
It's a big change from rearranging a song to creating something from scratch.
That's true. But at the same time, I feel like we really learned kind of a lot of things rearranging all those songs that we did. And kind of like, oh, like, well, if we did this or had this dynamic or kind of did this arrangement, where once we kind of got that down, we were like, oh, I guess this is kind of like how our band sounds. You know, even though we're playing other people's music, it's like we had our own way of approaching it. So it was actually pretty easy, I think, after that to just like take that approach and then just, you know, just make original chords and melodies and stuff. You know, it's not rocket science.
Because you do a lot of creative covers of hip-hop songs, you get asked a lot about your favorite rappers, guys you love, guys you want to work with. Since you guys are die-hard, talented music nerds, I want to know, when you guys are hanging out together, you start talking hip-hop, what's one name that comes up where things get controversial and heated discussions happen?
I know, Leland, do you want to feel this one?
Leland, go.
I haven't been around you guys a lot listening to records, so it's kind of hard to say. I feel like we agree about a lot of different music. I can't really think of specific things. Maybe Steely Dan, you know, that's a controversial topic.
Why is Steely Dan such a controversial topic?
Not that it's Steely Dan's hip-hop in any sense of the word, but I think that's the only controversial band. Well, you know, because some of us are Dan mans and some of us aren't Dan mans.
Let's go around a circle.
I'm not a Dan man.
I grew up on the Dan, so I'm a Dan man.
I'd have to say I'm Half Dan man.
Yeah. I'll take a bite of the pretzel logic, you know what I mean?
All right, okay. I'm not getting you guys really to talk about the heated discussions, but...
There really are no heated discussions when it comes to hip-hop. We all like the exact same kind of rap music, in the sense we all like all rap music.
Of course, but some of you must love certain guys more than other guys, and you might try to win your pals over.
Not really. I mean, we just have a really open mind. It's like, if someone wants to play like Little B next to like Too Short or like Kendrick or something, it's like, we don't care. You know what I mean? Like, it's all art. It's all love. You know what I mean? Just about positivity.
Of course. But that's not always interesting talk.
That's true. Well, I mean, how many heated discussions do you get with your friends about hip-hop?
A lot.
Oh, really? Damn.
I think that it's about time to play another Bad Bad Not Good track. So I like the track Hedron, and I would love one of you guys to tease that track.
Hedron is, or hedron, however you want to call it.
How do you say it? Did I say it wrong?
We say hedron, but I mean...
It came from tetrahedron, just breaking up, losing the tetra. There was another song called Tetra, but it didn't make it. Yeah, I got cut.
Yeah, it was actually... I think it was the first song that we wrote that ended up on the new album, so it has a special place in our hearts, and it's a cool track.
So we're going to listen to Hedron or Hedron by Bad Bad Not Good off the record 3. Welcome back to the interview show. This is Scott Wood, your host. You just heard Hedron or Hedron by a band called Bad Bad Not Good off their third record, 3. I've got the members of the band here with me in an alley. They're trying to keep positive, but they're barely hanging on. And I'd love it if one of you guys could talk a bit about this track.
Yeah. I mean, I have a little story about this one. We kind of tried recording it 5,000 times, and we kind of had unlimited time at our studio space. So we were just let's try recording it this way, and it's it doesn't sound good. At one time we were let's face all the mics away from everything. Maybe that will make it sound good, because we're just getting so frustrated. And then we'd record it well, and the tape would that one time I accidentally erased the tape. Remember that? Because I was trying to overdub something. Everything was in, when you have a tape machine, and sometimes you arm all the tracks by accident, and then if you press record, it just deletes everything. So yeah, and then after 5,000 times of recording it, we just listened to the demo iPhone version we made the very first time we wrote it, and they were let's just make it sound more like this. And then we went to a studio and just took some really shitty old mics and basically made it sound like that.
Oh, are you being eaten alive by mosquitoes?
No, mosquitoes love me. It's all good. I get bit so frequently.
I've read that you guys always swap instruments when you rehearse for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, we just love goofing. That's how we make our music. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. You should take this one. Someone else.
No, I mean, he's got it. We love goofing. We like to change around. It's fun to just, play a different instrument, kind of take your mind off of playing the same thing a lot. So it's good to just swap around, play some covers of some other bands, maybe get into some classic rock or some, 2000s pop punk music, Blink-182, Rush, Zeppelin, and just explore and just have fun.
It's good to swing sometimes.
Do you guys always play the same instrument, or every time you switch to a different one?
It kind of just flows around. It's all about just keeping it exciting. If it's just I want to play some keys, cool, just play some keyboards and see what happens. And then Chester will jump on drums, Mal will jump on bongos, or synth or Rhodes or
organ, piano, mallets. Yeah,
everything. The ideas that you'll come up with on an instrument that you don't play are really really different, because you can't do what you can on the instrument that you've been playing for years. So it makes it interesting. It's fun. I don't know.
Because a lot of people talk about and they write about the unusually tight bond you guys have when you play on stage. So I'd love you guys to talk about how that rapport developed and how you guys maintain it. I'm going to go to you because you haven't talked a lot.
We've basically hung out every day for the past 2.5 years. So, I mean, you're either going to grow to love people at that point or hate them, and we love each other, so it's all good.
What tip would you give to other bands to develop the kind of rapport that you guys have?
I mean, we kind of started this whole band being just friends in school, and that's kind of the way we want to keep it. We're friends first before we even started to even play a show or travel around, and you kind of need that. I mean, if you can change members and you can keep a great dynamic, it's just all about enjoying. When it starts to get stressful and negative vibes, that's not good stuff. You need that positivity. Like Paul McCartney requesting on his rider, he needs positive love around him at all times, no negativity, and that's a good way to do it. Put it on the rider.
All right, Bad, Bad, Not Good. It's the end of the show. Last track, I would love you guys to pick. So, your choice. How about you talk for a little bit and then decide what you want to play, but then you guys have to talk a bit about it as I bring up the track.
Actually, can you play our Jeopardy theme cover while we decide?
Will you email that to me? Because I will email you when I'm drunk.
You might have to search for that one.
I'm trying to think of what a good song would be. Yeah, true, no solos. Yeah, triangle. Or Leland's here. Confession. Oh, true. Yeah. And you can talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, you have to say that again.
So, how about you introduce it, actually? Leland's
so say Leland's here. He's going to introduce this track.
Hey, so Leland's here. He's going to introduce the next track.
All right, so next up you got Confessions coming on. We took a long time to write this one, sort of worked it out over almost a year. Spent a lot of time recording it, trying to figure out the right elements to get on the track. And it's the first tune that I wrote with these dudes, and here it is, Confessions.
So you're going to listen to Confessions. That was introduced by the shyest member of the Bad, Bad, Not Good. Thank you guys very much for being on my show. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hi, this is Alex. Shout out Matt, Chester, and Leland for the interview show with Scott Wood. Boom.
What band are you in?
Hi, this is Alex from Bad But Not Good. You're listening to the interview show with Scott Wood. Boom, baby.
But you gotta kill it. I'm in the Bad, Bad, Not Good because people are listening to hear about you.
It's true. Hi, this is Matt, Alex, Chester, and Leland, and we play in the Bad, Bad, Not Good. You are listening to the interview show with Scotty Wood.